Yeah. Warren. Oh, Warren. Extra booyah. That is booyah. Booyah. Noli, welcome. Tommy Nation, welcome. We are starting. But beforehand, let's start with...
Indie left, news and politics and all the rest. So much to do on the YouTube, so they curate a list for you. Do you want to watch your favorite creator or have a chat on Discord later? Well, you better get hip to Indie Left.news.
Welcome. Saturday night, midnight. You know what time it is. Did I do a big swallow? No. Oh, it's midnight.
No,
he hit the bell.
That was for the one later. Earlier.
Nice. I love it. Well, welcome,
Yeah.
Eric, Extra, Noli, everybody. We're giving it a couple of minutes for the chats and everything to come up. Make sure that it's connected on all the platforms. Should be streaming live, of course, on 5 different things. What's up, Reef?
I wonder why it's not picking up the relay feature.
Is it not?
Restreaming. I'll figure it out.
You
can go ahead.
Cool. Well, welcome to 2022. Happy New Year, everybody. It is now January 2nd, so technically it's not even New Year's Day anymore. Let's go Brandon Lee. Let's go Brandon. You're here and you can't see. Who can't see? Nicole can't see. Oh, nice. Nikki's watching from Substack. That's cool. Wait, did the Substack cut out? Hold on. I needed to go back to that on the INN Substack because sometimes it tends to do that. Thanks to the wonderful
relay mode's on.
Save. Yeah, that's what it did. It killed the embedding. Nice. Now we're back on INN Discord. INN Substack. We'll be able to see that again. So, welcome everybody to How Did We Miss That? And since you're here every week, most people, How Did We Miss That is a show airing on YouTube, Twitch, Facebook, Twitter, and Odyssey every Saturday night at midnight Eastern, 9 Pacific. Reviewing a few big stories we haven't seen covered much in leftist independent media. Co-hosted by me, the Bird, Indy, founder and editor of IndependentLeft.news and Leftist.today. And this guy over here, Reef Breland, creator of Jimmy Dore Discord, unofficial, and the host of Reefer After Dark on the Indie Left News channel and on the Reef Breland channel and on the Indie News Network channel. Ooh. So all the stories were featured in our Substack, Leftist.today, and at the top of IndependentLeft.news. So we've got a bunch of people here in the chat, which is great. Want to give shout outs to them. Eric, I see here on Ko-fi, Eric T. Red. It's 11:59. Right. So it's actually, well, was it? No, it was actually midnight on the 2nd. Richard, the OG Richard from Patreon. Nikki, who's here, Radical Leftist Agenda. Les Bones, I'm sure, will be here soon. Noli D, also here in the chat. Richard M, our latest patron, and Robin, who will be back Monday. Yep. She's been off doing some stuff, so welcome to also...
Do you have the
live chat
News
replay
Network one plugged in? Or
do I
Indie Left News one plugged in?
I have the Indie Left News one.
I would switch it real quick to the other one, seeing as how that's getting all the chats.
Is it? Oh.
Not Indie Left News for some reason.
Oh, okay. Well, whichever one it is, I don't really mind. That's great. Let me switch it then. Sure.
Yep, and you should just be able to stop and then put the other one.
Yeah. I'm getting the link to the other. Copy the link.
Yep.
Stop.
Yep.
Start. Enter YouTube URL. Paste that. Connect. And now we'll be able to have the chat replay. And that's the one I can put up on screen too. Although we just lost all the ones that we had for that.
That's all right. We'll fix
nice. There we go. Restream bot. Oh, how I should describe and post the time at 11:59? Oh, maybe we can talk about that. I like that idea. Anyway, so also want to shout out our volunteers, Nicole, who's here, Darlene, who may be asleep or will be here in a little while if she's not already. Extra Booyah Warren, who clips all the clips for the show and is the best, and we really appreciate and love him. Shout out to Alex Davidson for liking every Substack post again this week. Amazing. Love him, love him, love him. Chris from Uncensored News, been talking with him every day about how we can collaborate, and he's really been liking the Substack, sharing it, incorporating what we've been doing into his stuff. Of course, to my brothers and sisters over at INN, Indie News Network. And shout out to Sabby and Shane for co-hosting yesterday's marathon stream. You know, to organize and coordinate 50 people and schedule that many people, including Rob from INN and Savage Joy and a ton of people that you know, just pretty impressive, and shout out to them and yep. Thank you and great job and Happy New Year to all of them as well. Just a reminder, check out the podcast at anchor.fm/independent left news. Also search for How Did We Miss That on Spotify, because we are on Spotify. We can get there through anchor.fm/independent left news. And now there is a clip channel on Rumble. I was sharing clips on Twitter all day. How Do We Miss That actually has a Twitter account. It's at How Do We Miss The, because you can't fit it exactly with 15 character limit.
Oh, yeah.
So it's How Do We Miss The clips. So I was sharing the links there. But we put that channel up on Rumble, and that is exclusive for clips for finding How Do We Miss That clips, which is really cool. And so that is everything I had to get to beforehand. What'd you do last night, Reeve?
Colin was there. You know, we pretty much stayed up till midnight and then went to bed, I think. So
nice.
Did all that stuff. Helped you set up your big old tweet for doing the end of the year thing.
I had an end of year thing.
We sat there and did that. Yeah, he put up a whole tweet about like.
Oh yeah, well, yeah, well, we did it. Yeah, I worked on a big thread for that for sure. And had the kids running around the house, and they stayed up past midnight. They're little; they never do that, so that was a big special treat. And everybody tuckered out right after midnight.
I did field peas and cornbread today, and all that stuff. So
we just lazed around the house, did nothing at all. I mean, it was really nice. So odd. Yeah, a couple of people I saw, Nicole and Noli, were both talking about the fireworks last night that were driving the dogs crazy. Did Puppo also have that same problem?
A little bit. Not as, for like 5 minutes. The neighbor's kids probably got out there with some Roman candles and put a couple of those out, and dog just wanted to really bark at darkness till 3 in the morning. So,
Right. Oh, also wanted to say hi to Tommy Nation. Peas, cornbread, dog was barking. All right, we get started. I've got a bunch of stories here. Let's go to Indie Main, and things look a little different. You'll notice.
A little different.
A little different. New year, new bird.
Yeah.
First time in 18 months since 21 months since I started this thing that I changed the bird. So that's really cool and exciting. The heart, all of it. Excited about the whole look. And notice that we've got some donate follow buttons now there, which I can kind of hide if I wanted to and show the social icons instead, which is really nice. We have that feature, and we've got a ticker now too, which Reef helped me set up this week. And so you see that we've got our Substack up featuring tonight's episode, all the links on all the different platforms if you want to find them, and I'll update that once we get that up to Rumble, and the podcast is also up, so you'll be able to find all the different links there and share it, all the different ways you can follow and subscribe. And like I mentioned, that clip channel on Rumble is right there, so you can just go right there. This is an infinite scroll. I changed this on the Substack so that it's just easier to just find. I had published just before the announcement about the show today's first edition for January. Probably going to change up the color scheme a little bit to align. Haven't done that yet. But we got a bunch of awesome videos in there and some tweets, including an audio that I had actually put out and recorded back in October, and I realized I'd never put it out anywhere. So that got published on Substack. Chris Hedges and Joe Loria, Truth Out articles, CommonDreams articles. It's all right there. Outstanding stuff.
Nice.
Featuring great people. So, hey, I shouldn't be showing that. That's all coming out of IndependentLeft.news. This is what IndependentLeft.news looks like for tonight. So you saw all those articles. We also have the student debt marathon, boycott marathon that we hosted about 3-4 weeks ago. Actually, Radical Leftist Agenda participated there. We've got ourselves a Logan Cooper spammer. Go ahead. We've got some... Yep. This is the videos slider, and this is where all the videos come from. You see there are dozens more videos in there. There's so many. And actually, I was sharing a bunch. This is actually a video from when I streamed the day that the Capitol was stormed on January 6th. Pretty wild. So I've got that preserved forever. The update that I did earlier, and that's on YouTube and Vimeo. So you've got different versions of that up. So that's IndependentLeft.news. And I want to get to our first article. So let me switch that really quickly. And we've got a couple different themes. So theme number 1 is...
Sludge?
It is Sludge, actually. It's 2 different stories out of Sludge. Welcome, Darlene. Congressional conflicts of interest, which one story kind of feeds into the other. Really... There's my co-host. Yep. So, what we've got going on here with Sludge is at least 100 House members invested in fossil fuels. So we've got some conflicts of interest going on here. Okay, representatives among the top oil and gas investors in Congress, but more shares into pipeline companies as the House moved to pass the bipartisan infrastructure bill. Not good stuff. Okay, this was David Moore out of Sludge. Certainly give them a follow. They're out of the Brick House Collective. And they name names. First off, they talk about how dangerous the fossil fuel industry is and how the industry is basically, reported that they need to divest themselves, and how banks are coming out and saying that they're not going to continue to invest in fossil fuels until you actually look at the disclosures.
Right.
All right. So the investments are either owned by a member of Congress, their spouse jointly, or by a dependent child. One of the 100 Congress people invested in fossil fuel companies, or of the 100, 59 are Republicans, 41 are Democrats. It's a bipartisan effort. And all of the top 10 members with the most invested in the industry are Republicans. And guess where a lot of them are from?
Oil field areas.
That would be correct. Very, very good. So we start getting into, and they're all, of course, super wealthy. So Kelly Armstrong, who owns hundreds of oil and gas wells around the Dickinson, North Dakota through a family business. Okay. So she had in her annual, or her husband, the second term Armstrong's oil and gas. Oh, Kelly Armstrong's a man. Sorry. Apologize for misgendering Representative Armstrong. 3 million, between 3 million and 10.6 million, and collected income to up to 1.5 million from his oil and gas fields in 2020. So we've got a polluter directly in the House from North Dakota.
Yeah.
You've got Fred Upton of Michigan and his spouse. Okay, and they sold off some apparently, but it wasn't everything that they had because they didn't file divestiture paperwork, but they did actually file that they did make sales as well. But really, a couple of Democrats on the Energy Commerce Committee similarly hold on to fossil fuel industry. They do talk here also about the Texas Republicans that are tops on the list. Guys that we've never heard of, like Van Taylor, who has between 3 and 12 million in stock just in ExxonMobil alone. I mean, look at these. They're worth millions. I mean, every single one of them gets here. That's how they get here. They're worth tens of millions of dollars at least. Because that's the only people that can afford to take the time to invest the money to get to Congress without making all the concessions. And even though they get there, they still make concessions because that's their buddies. All right, pipeline stock pickups, and that's something else that happened. Mark Reed of Tennessee started with between 1.5 million and 3 million in fossil fuel companies. Here, let me drop this in the chat. See, I predicted correctly. Les Bones, there he is. Welcome. Virginia Fox owns shares between 500,000 and 1.5 million across 9 fossil fuel companies.
Just indie free market. They should be able to take part.
All right, these are some people that actually sold off some stock. This is a really good article. It's long, it's in depth, and it names names. It talks again about Ro Khanna, all right, who owned up to 7.5 million worth of fossil fuel company stock 2 years ago. Now, he says that they divested 98%. All right, but then they bought like 6 figures worth of stock, which was they claim was bought by a money manager, and that's being taken care of. I'm sure. 7.5 million.
That's when you have a person, when you can pay someone money to handle your money.
Man of the people. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. At least one investment of $15,000 in an electric utility. Okay, which we'll also review. Yeah. Also, ended in Carolyn Maloney announcing subpoenas of documents from oil executives, right, because of the House Oversight Committee.
Yeah.
All right. Previous analysis. I mean, Sludge is just outstanding. They Donnie and David Moore do a fantastic job.
Can someone
really
just
digging
clip
into
the
the money
of Indy going Sludge is fantastic, just so I can put it over like Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle movies, you know?
Nice.
What else? There's other Sludge movies? Feels like it.
These are also interesting. These are people who are on committees that invest in specifically the companies that their committees are involved with legislating. Like fuel cells, okay? He's on
Chevron.
some kind of energy committee, right? And then bought into this. It's 15 grand, and for these guys, 15 grand's nothing. But still, it's just where they're putting their money. It's just really interesting.
How do you say that last name?
Swazi. Okay.
Yeah.
So Tom Swazi, right? He's leaving to run for governor, but he's got Devon Energy, right?
Yeah.
Maxine Waters owns 250,000 in Chesapeake, which is real nasty polluter, we know.
Yeah.
Again, this is outstanding work. Definitely subscribe if you can support these guys. I get their emails, and I follow them on Twitter. Give them a follow. So in a dovetail similar, which we already know about what our friend Nancy had to say about this, but Nancy, but also from Donald Shaw, leaning congressional stock trading ban bill has spouse loophole. So even if they get any kind of these bills through, we know already that they're going to be toothless. All right, now there actually is one bill according to this article. It's called the Trust Act, the Transparent Representation Upholding Service in Trust in Congress, which basically requires a blind trust, and it puts pretty specific things into place requiring blind trust. And that's been signed off on by the good government groups. Except you get down to the bottom paragraph right away. Neither bill is likely to pass the House anytime soon. Nancy Pelosi, whose husband is a frequent trader of corporate stock and options, said recently she doesn't believe members of Congress or their spouses should be prohibited from trading stock. So I did want to mention that there are some representatives like AOC and Rashida Tlaib, as well as Ayanna Pressley and Matt Gaetz, that co-sponsor this, putting their stuff into a blind trust.
Yeah, they will write sternly worded letters, I'm sure.
Well, I'd rather see them support it than not support it. But we know that as long as Nancy Pelosi is the speaker, to say you supported it means absolutely nothing.
Nothing.
And that's about as far as we'll go with that.
Yeah. And then the minute they get a nice choice stock, they're gonna bounce off this anyway.
So again, follow the money. Yep, agreed. And they're still gonna. And what are they gonna pay? A $200 fine for insider trading stuff. I mean, it's until they fix this, they're gonna keep doing it. And Paul Pelosi, I mean, I tweeted out. I saw something that he made all kinds of future bets and bought options for February 2023 on Roblox and Microsoft and several other companies that he's betting are going to go up. And now Nancy's saying that she may not leave even after they potentially might lose the House next year. Even as the minority leader, she'll still be involved. So she'll just keep reaping the, she'll keep squeezing this and milking this for as long as she can. Again, Donald Shaw, Sludge, excellent work. Thank you. So just wanted to give you that, and we go right back to Indy, Maine. Let's go.
CommonDreams.
CommonDreams. Oh man.
About that they failed to stop to call off countries building death robots. So, I have to. I think I saved it, but
yeah. So we got that to look forward to.
Yeah,
I did see that there was some kind of a movement to kind of ban or go against robots that, basically murder bots.
Yeah. And essentially they were like, no, that's fine.
Yeah, no, we're okay with that. We're not necessarily against that yet because we don't know how much we want to use that yet. So, yeah, we can't quite ban that. I guess that's what they said.
We gotta hit the bell in chat. Just everyone hit that bell. Is that what I'm gonna use that for now? I guess I have to.
Is that because of bong cam that we don't have bongs that we don't have the cam?
Have that. No, that was just someone said hit the bell in chat.
Nice. Yes, thank you, Nicole. Hit that bell. So before we start the next story, we'll just say hi to everybody in here. Eric, Darlene, YepX, welcome. How you doing? Happy Saturday night. And so we've got this wonderful story, and I know that one of the people in chat, or at least who was here before, Nikki, she's in the San Diego area. How would you like to know, and did you know that on December 26th that it was warmer in Alaska than it was in San Diego this week? Isn't that a wonderful thing to know?
Yep.
Just to freak you out. Brett Wilkins, again, member of the All-Star team for CommonDreams and for the entire left, one of our best writers. Consistent, puts out excellent material, well-sourced, fact-checked, and unbiased, but still gives you the perspective that matches where we're coming from and that hits the important parts that corporations don't really want you to hit. But what's happening here, again, is look at what happened at between 1 and 2 o'clock. This is absolutely insane. So this is, again, let me go here. Alaska record December temperature set. All right, at the Kodiak gauge station, the tide came in. All right, and the Kodiak airport recorded 65 degrees, which broke the monthly record by 9 degrees. And then they had it confirmed by a weather balloon. So this really happened. And oh yeah, it really happened. Yeah. So warmer air is wetter air. And what's happening is that it says because they're close to the equator, it's heating faster, which isn't much of a surprise.
Yeah.
All right, in and around the Arctic, this is especially true, where temperatures, like I said, have been rising twice as fast as the rest of the planet. They've been rising at 4 degrees Celsius, okay? 4% more water vapor. 40 degrees Fahrenheit or more above average temperatures for late December. That's Is that the planet screaming at us that something is going on here? Look at this.
Yep.
Oh. Anchorage. All-time high of 90 degrees in July of 19, and then 121 in British Columbia this summer. An ice quake near Juneau was triggered. Wow, I didn't even know about that.
What even is an ice quake? That sounds like a Mortal Kombat move.
Well, it's when 92-degree heat melts glacier ice that subsequently saturates into the soil and then rapidly refreezes.
What? Like, okay.
Welcome to the welcome to this decade. The decade where everything burns down.
Happy 2022?
Wildfires, which accelerate global heating by releasing massive amounts of CO2 into the atmosphere, are also increasing along with Alaska's rising temperatures, of course, we know.
Eric T, you can get ice quake at DQ. Dairy Queen. That's terrible. But yeah, this is so essentially it's the humidity that's part of this.
Yeah, this is fine. This is well, it's also the forest fires and the burning and the wildfires that are also helping.
Yeah,
Geological
well,
time bomb. I love seeing that. And then there was another article that I think that I did not include. That's another even more of a doomsday type of thing. It came out of Rolling Stone. David Sirota shared it. It was another one of those, like, basically we're done for. And
yeah, the milk has already been spilled, people.
Yeah.
Like,
well, no, not this. According to Al Gore, there's still a lot we can do, and there still are things we can do. But the first thing is we have to clean up that big plastic thing in the ocean. Actually, I saw a couple of videos that I'll look if I can. I'll try to dig up and
doing CO2 scrubbing and
and start
nonsense, right?
Yeah, and start holding our companies accountable, which we know we're not doing anyway. So okay, that was a pretty short one. I like that. Everyone will like the short clips. This one is not so short. Evidence of fascism and military in the cops.
Sure.
So I don't think it would come as a surprise to anyone, but Unicorn Riot does an amazing job. Dan Feidt came out with a report based upon the January 6th documents that came out revealing plans to overturn the election as military questions deepen. And again, this isn't like conspiracy stuff. This is actually looking at evidence and warnings from 3 retired generals and people who actually are in the chatter, and a convenient list of difficult to locate primary source documents. Yep. And these are real. They discussed how to forcibly overturn it. Okay, reading aloud the text messages, and this a lot of this came out in the hearing. It's out there. Politico reported, of course, we know Politico's heavily biased towards the Democratic Party. We know that. 51-page report about Mark Meadows, including some of his correspondence, which we know was the subject of a lot of discussion for a couple of days. Again, this is a really long article. I highly recommend going through it, because if you're going to talk about what happened, considering that the anniversary is going to be this week.
Oh, DeVos. I saw DeVos in that.
There's going to be a lot of conversations about this, and it does kind of help to have as much background and information, because this is what the people on certain sides are going to try to hit you with. And this is knowledge that's really important to have. Key officials have claimed that the main DOD IG's report about the Capitol protests and its aftermath is deceptive and incomplete. However, the level of military coordination around January 6th has major consequences.
Or lack thereof.
Right, or lack thereof.
Yeah.
Correct. There was a lack of military coordination. Correct. Flynn was deputy chief of staff, and Walter Pyatt Okay, they were accused of lying to Congress. Initial reports of his presence in meetings and conference calls were hazy due to military-issued denials. He was not in any of the meetings, and then he was in the meetings. Was he, wasn't he? We don't know. But apparently he was. And this is what, when people had to testify under oath, yes, turns out he was. But they basically, again, we know that they knew. There's not much that we're learning new here, but that there were people on the inside. And that's what we've been saying from day one. Again, this is super long. There's so much evidence and so much testimony. And then you go back to all the connections and the photos of the people together, pre-planning, and the night before, and this website, and they all appeared on this platform.
Wait,
and
unconfirmed
for this event.
older man.
What?
Go back up. Unconfirmed older man.
Oh my God!
That guy.
Really? Well, because they this is everybody on the, I guess. And who's that guy? I don't know. Is that Flynn?
Yeah.
Okay, that's not Flynn. Could be a different Flynn. Okay, then you've got Ali Alexander, Mike Flynn, Steve Bannon. They're all mentioned in here. So yeah, the Phyllis Schlafly Eagles. That's again, these hardcore right-wing things. This is all, Flynn promoting martial law election return. Even, back in December, and they've got this Jericho march. All right, he could immediately, on his order, seize every single one of these machines. He could, okay. Martial law has been instituted 64 times, and I'm not calling for that. Right, but he is. He isn't, but he is. All right, then this is their Kraken motif. They're calling for bold legal based on falsehoods. Again, this is what it's all been proven out to be. Kraken intel. It's only 3 seconds. Oh, I guess there was some kind of a noise about the Kraken. So much evidence and so many articles.
Yeah.
Look at all this. This sourcing is ridiculous. So, again, go check this out. Also along that theme, it's not just the military that helped plan this. And, again, I really didn't see too much active military mentioned in here.
I still don't know exactly what they're planning. Like, I mean,
what they were planning was to seize the ballots, was to seize the box during the count to make sure that they couldn't certify the ballot and certify the election. I don't know what the eventual goal was.
Right. How is Jan 6 going to do that? Like, yeah. Anyway.
I still don't know what the goal was.
Confusing. Yeah.
Yep.
I mean, it just seems like it's already over. Like,
Yep. I mean, but it's really important to understand exactly what happened and who got involved and who did what, and to look at the evidence. And now that you can subpoena and have all that information, I mean, to understand how it was planned. I know that there was military, there was people involved. Look, and Capitol Police ended up the biggest beneficiary of January 6th of anyone, with $2 billion funding and offices set up all around the country. Not hearing anything here. What do you mean not hearing anything here? Darlene? You're not hearing anything? Uh-oh, that's not good.
Stuff on YouTube.
I'm hearing stuff on YouTube. Yeah. I think your volume might be down, Darlene. I don't know. Hopefully not. But it's not just what's going on January 6th. But man, this is a terrible story. Thank you, Warren. Andrew Emmett is another outstanding writer for NationOfChange. I don't mention him enough, but LAPD releases videos of an officer-involved shooting inside Burlington. This was a 14-year-old girl.
Mm.
An innocent 14-year-old girl. They killed her.
Wait, back up. They killed 14-year-old girl inside a Burlington store in North Hollywood. LAPD was video footage. Oh, great.
I'm not going to play the surveillance video. Entered the store with a bicycle and bike lock, which he used to hit a computer monitor, security camera, several customers. He appeared drunk while staggering around second floor and repeatedly hitting partition next to the escalators with the bike lock.
Do you know about the I think it's in Japan and China, they use these like metal poles that are like crescent shaped on one end or whatever. Right?
No.
You ever seen those? Yeah, so it's a big like long stick with like a pole that's like, man shaped. So you can essentially like push the stick into somebody, then like push them up against a wall, and like three of your like cop buddies can also grab one and do the same thing until you have enough people to like deal with the problem, or they tire themselves out, right? Like, but that would have been nice here, or a net gun or anything other than,
Okay, according to several people, although several people called 911 to report that a suspect was assaulting customers with a bike lock, one of the callers erroneously reported that she heard gunshots, despite the fact that the bike lock guy did not have a firearm. And in the newly released body cam footage, a witness told the responding officers that the suspect was attacking people with a bike lock. But they entered the store. A fifth cop with a rifle ordered the other officers to slow down so that he could take point after they noticed a woman bleeding from a wound to her head. So, in the cam video, he stood in front of the dressing rooms with the bike lock in his hand. As he attempted to flee, the officer with the rifle fired 3 shots, which killed him and the 14-year-old girl who was hiding inside the dressing room with her mom.
Oh, God. Fucking Jesus Christ.
She must have been standing in front of the... she shot... Noli said she was shot in the... Oh, Nicole thought she was shot in the chest. No, I think that the suspect himself was shot in the chest. But the girl was hit. Valentina. Huh. Wow.
Well, so that neither of them had it to, like, anyway.
That honestly sounds more like an accident.
Yeah, but I'm saying, like, he didn't have to shoot the first guy. There wouldn't.
Did he have to kill the guy? No. I mean, he was going crazy with a... I mean, do they have like that? They have those non-lethal pellet things to stop them, or tasers,
rubber
and
bullets or whatever. Right. I mean, tasers have, can be somewhat lethal too. But like, yeah, anyone could have like, you know how cops look. They're meant.
There
to
were
be
5 cops. There were 5 cops. They fanned out.
Right.
They had this guy pinned, and they knew.
You're in a store. You can lock all the doors and get everyone out. Like, It's just kind of like they don't think through those things. There's just initial like deal with a problem, and the trigger finger will do that for you. Apparently,
they saw someone was bleeding with a head wound, but not the girl who was killed.
Right, and then you get you get them a medic. That's what you have medics for. Like, Like, I'm not saying the guy wasn't dangerous, but, like, you could still deal with him without, like, I don't know.
Yeah. Negligent homicide. Eric's calling it.
Yeah.
Wow.
Right, but they're going to get, what's that thing called?
Qualified immunity.
Qualified immunity, right.
Yep.
He thought he was, a threat to himself, others, and the cop, so... Cop has the right to murder him.
Yep. So.
Yeah.
Trigger happy.
Just dumb.
Yep.
Be better, cops out there. It shouldn't be that hard.
Like. Yeah. I'm not gonna say it, but ACAP.
Yeah.
Noli knows as well as anyone. She covers for police. She helps Police Accountability Report for the Real News Network. Support those guys as well. They do amazing work, and they go through awful footage that is so important and really uncovers crimes and wrongdoing, but also sometimes I guess can absolve potentially, but it tells the story. I mean, the body cams are so important, and to hold these guys accountable and to make sure that they have the cameras on there is so important. Because it really does tell the story.
Right. Then you have to change training when it goes poorly. Like, are they going to do that?
I don't know.
You know, my guess is no. That would be my guess.
Okay. So, here's another situation that we know is happening, and that's censorship. And it's our friend Primo Radical, who has interviewed just about everybody that we know. He used to be called Primo Nutmeg, and now he's Primo Radical. And he created this little video called Death to Primo Radical. I think that's actually just a thumbnail. Where he writes an article and he publishes, widget did not load. What happened?
Widget did not load. What happened? What is
I don't know.
Is that
It's
like
a tweet.
Widget
It's a tweet that's supposed to be embedded, and I don't know why it's not embedding, but it's not working. But essentially,
real quick. Like, and you can open it up in a new tab. Like, not that.
Oh no,
one,
it's you know what it is? It's that it's trying to load a file that's not loading for some reason.
Yeah.
Yesterday I put a video explaining this. So he got a warning. This was back from 4 years ago. He got a content strike. All right. As an interviewer, it was from the patron only section that happened later on, and then his entire Cynthia McKinney video got wiped.
Yeah.
Yeah. We saw about Dr. Robert Malone again. This is corporate censorship continuing. Primo really does an excellent job at an even keel at asking insightful questions, at not at sticking to facts. Okay, again, he never questioned the integrity of anything. Like he's saying, are they receiving similar warnings? No. Wasn't even asking that question. Okay, this was about the vote count in Georgia. All right, because there's heavy evidence of voter suppression in Georgia, of course. All right, so definitely go and subscribe to Primo Radical. Now, he did set up, okay, he will be picking up the piece on Rumble, Rockfin, and I know he set up an Odyssey account as well. So if you can subscribe to Primo Radical on Odyssey, do that. And also if you can support his Patreon, again, only $1 a month if you can. We signed up. It's a pay what you can level beyond $1, kind of like Ron has. We signed up for $5 a month and definitely appreciate the work that Radical does and that Primo does. He does excellent interviews. Just this year, he's interviewed so many big people on the left, as well as in larger spaces. I know, again, his Chomsky interview. He did a couple of Max Blumenthal's. He's interviewed Jimmy Dore and Jackson Hinkle, and I think he interviewed Fiorella, and there were several outstanding interviews. Yeah, and Danny, and again, so I'm looking forward to getting the Patreon emails from Primo, and I did sign up for his Odyssey channel as well. So apparently he's now on Rumble, so I can subscribe to his Rumble as well. We're on Rumble. If you look at our channel here, we're up to 75 subscribers on Rumble. And we upload all the same videos that we put daily to YouTube, go up to Rumble, either right before or simultaneously with. As soon as the show ends here, I download it and I upload a copy of it to Rumble. And then we also have the exclusive clips channel separate on a separate channel in Rumble, which if you go here, it's called How Did We Miss That? All one word by Independent Left News. And you see here's all the clips with thumbnails individualized to each one of those clips. Pretty cool stuff. We go back for a second here. Where are we at? There you go. Cool. Eric signed up for a patron. Beautiful. Night Warren. Thanks for coming. And that's great. Wash your ass. That's right. And thank you for clipping as always, and really appreciate you. Next one is exposing an issue that's big that people aren't really talking about. And actually a friend of mine who I met through the Lefty Spaces falls into this category. And it's the big business behind travel nursing. And these are literally road nurses that will take contract jobs and they'll travel all over the country for an indefinite or a certain amount of time for a decent amount of pay. They have to leave their family. They have to basically drop their life. Okay. And the demand, of course, surged to even higher levels during the pandemic. So this company called Crucial. All right. Now, Crucial Staffing was one of these companies that sent nurses nationwide. And they were working for a specific organization, and they were offering $10,000 a week to nurses to travel to the front lines in New York City, right? And they would have to work 14 to 21 days straight in overwhelmed hospitals with potential but no guarantee for renewing their contract. But at $38 an hour, she's like, well, it wasn't bad, but expenses were overwhelming. Again, this is a decently long article that was originally featured in these Times. Found this in Popular Resistance. It showed up in Leftist.today. But this job in New Orleans would pay $95 an hour from Crucial. Okay, but she got there, and you get what you pay for, essentially. Arriving there just 24 hours after, she steeled herself for long hours at a convention center, but she found out she would be demobilized, which is another industry term. After complaining about sexual harassment, she alleges that was rampant at the hotel where nurses were lodged. She said she's effectively been blacklisted, okay, barring her for work with the company. So, this is not cool, okay? So, again, in more than a dozen states and federal lawsuits filed during the pandemic, travel nurses have alleged workplace violations, and retaliation by some of the industry's fastest growing private staffing agencies. It kind of makes sense in some ways because there's tons of money, and here's the thing that's going on. Using funding from FEMA, states are paying out hundreds of millions to bring in additional medical personnel during COVID-19 surges, which is a boon for companies like Crucial and Snap Nurse, which is an Atlanta-based startup that gained more than 9,000% in 2020. Yeah, exactly. Someone's making bank, and we are seeing examples throughout the country of nurses leaving their communities for the higher compensation offered by travel nurse agencies, and it only serves to further local staffing strains, often in the most underserved communities, of course. But what's worse is some of the stuff that they're talking about. You're constantly shifting your life around the entire country, not able to stay still or create a foundation. Who worked at 17 hospitals since 2020. I mean, here's the thing is that
they can also attest to like how bad the hospitals are, like, you know.
Well, there's that, but here's what happened to this woman, quote unquote Tiffany. Again, she was supposed to be onboarded in New Orleans. Okay, but what's going on here was that her rental car alone cost her $230 a day, but she never was reimbursed. And then she got there. It turns out they didn't need her, and they sent her home and never even took care of her expenses. And this is happening all over the country. Here you go. In August 2020, NBC Miami reported on travel nurses who likewise said they had been recruited to Snap Nurse to work in southern Florida, only to have their contracts canceled upon arrival and to return home without compensation. Okay, so now here's the thing, and again, I was looking in this a little bit further, and I read this whole thing through. They're talking about, a state in Alaska got $100 million in contracts to private agencies to bring nurses in. So there's huge money at stake for these companies to do this and to get people there no matter what.
Too,
right. Right. Get people there, fill the body. Look, I can't promise you, but I'm a staffing agency. I've got a body there to fill your spot, and now you pay me.
Yep.
Okay, we had very young nurses there. There's so much stuff in this article. Yeah. Atmosphere in the hotel. She was shocked by what came next. In emails to Crucial, and she alleges that the Crucial representative dismissed her concerns and told her to just keep her legs closed.
Fucking
what
the fuck?
What? These are traveling nurses. Okay, here. 5 minutes after I gave them all my information and I'm set, I'm in, I get an email. Because of things that happened in New Orleans, you're not allowed to go on assignments for Crucial staffing. Please do not travel to Texas. She had already gotten a job.
Ugh.
On assignment in Waco, registered nurse Ryan Speaker says he also experienced retaliation from Crucial. All right, and then he shared a video that went viral of healthcare workers confronting managers about their accommodations, which, according to workers, were littered with needles and infested with rats and bed bugs. Nice.
Yeah, that's what I was
Nice. Catherine Derencourt alleges she was barred from additional work with Crucial after pushing for improved contact tracing and testing on assignment in early 2020. Anybody who's pushing to actually make sure that worker safety is looked out for. Again, this is April 2020. This is at the height of the pandemic. This is right when everybody's in the middle of lockdown and they needed nurses more than anyone. And the only people that were going out were the essential workers. This is how they treated our essential workers, that they got part of that $6 trillion of the CARES Act money to support. Here, Kay Ivey announced she would use $12 million of the state's federal funding to hire more temporary healthcare workers as well. I mean, this happened all over the country. National Nurses United argues that staffing shortages can be chalked up largely to poor working conditions, caused in part by intentional understaffing, which this is the statistic that I wanted to showcase again. Morning Consult found that in addition to the 18% of healthcare workers who quit during pandemic, an additional 12% had been laid off. But there was something about how the percentage of traveling nurses, and maybe that it had doubled, that it had gone from like between 8 and 12% of nurses to between 20 to 24% of nurses, somewhere around there. And that's also somewhere in this article. I wanted to point that out. So because of the pay and because of all this, the number of traveling nurses has gone up, and they've been treated like crap and ripped off for their time and their effort and their caring and their work, and it's gross. So Crucial staffing, they should be investigated by the Justice Department for sure, because that's using federal funds. I mean, that's straight up fraud.
Yeah.
So that's exposing a big issue, which is what's going on with these private staffing agencies that are exploiting pandemic money, and there's still pandemic money going out there.
Yeah.
So,
like, also, what terrible humans are at the top of that?
Oh my God.
Oh.
Profiting off
your
of
legs.
Ugh.
Like, that's like, fuck
Yeah.
you.
Yeah. Gross. All right. I got a couple more stories. This one, again, not exactly uplifting, but we do have a couple of better ones toward the end here. This one is about rental assistance, which has been slow to be delivered, and eviction cases are piling up, and nobody's tracking it. So this is actually a podcast from the Center for Public Integrity that was published last week. I would
Okay.
definitely recommend listening to it. It's available here. All the links are going to be in the description afterwards and on the Substack. And again, it's just how many people are potentially out in the cold. 34% of the $45 billion that they sent to states and has been distributed as of October 31st. And that's terrible for people that actually need it. For West Virginia, South Dakota, Delaware, Arkansas, slow to dole it out, and they need it more than any others. $9 billion from HUD sent to states have been slow to be spent. Access to information and aid in eviction cases. 44% of the money had been distributed to tenants and landlords. Of the state's $200 million rental assistance in South Dakota. Okay, which is distributed aid to more than 5,200 households with money from the federal government. Basically, you have to just pay people and not make them jump through hoops to get it. Pay everyone and tax the people afterwards. Yes, and it's going to end up going back into the economy 9 times out of 10. You're not going to end up with hoarding.
Right.
Okay, here. You can drag a horse to water, but you can't make them drink. We'll drag them to the water, but we don't know if they'll drink. Well, no. If they're going to get assistance, real assistance, and not just loans that they're going to have to end up paying back.
Mm-hmm.
So definitely, again, recommend that you listen to this podcast article. But there could be a major crisis happening here. Here's the HUD got $9 billion that only a quarter had been spent to combat.
Okay.
So wanted to give a shout out to the CPI. This is also another good, uncorrupted organization that I have started to follow more closely. Looking into, they seem to be, pretty up and up nonprofit. So appreciate their work on this one, and we'll definitely keep looking out for this.
Yeah.
So now some good news for a change. And now for something you really like. Okay. How can workers in the Great Resignation? So we have some advice. How can we harness leverage long term? All right, because of what's happening out there. And this is an awesome article. Michael Aria usually publishes for Mondo Weiss, and you'll see that in his bio down at the bottom. Big fan of his, of Mondo Weiss, as well as Truth Out, some of the top uncorrupted organizations and publications out there putting out original reporting and investigative reporting. So, again, public resignations going viral. Of course, we know about what's called the Great Resignation. That's been happening out there, where I believe it's 4.3 million people ditched their jobs in August, 4.4 million in September, 4.2 million in October. And it's not just the, laying off of people, but these are people that realize that they don't want to continue working a crappy job. Again, economists have dubbed it the Great Resignation. And I believe it was like 10% of the entire workforce changed jobs since the pandemic had started.
Interesting.
Which is a wild number.
Yeah.
Wages will increase 3.9% in 2022. Predicted the biggest jump since 2008, which is great because, of course, costs of everything have gone up. Wages for new hires and workers will grow faster than average because now companies are having to pay more for the people that are out on the market. That's one of the great things that's honestly happening from the Great Resignation. So right now, workers are in a better position to demand higher wages than they have been in a while. There's tightness in the labor market. Okay, they say nobody wants to work. Nobody wants to work. No, nobody wants to work for your crappy wages and for your crappy benefits and for your crappy treatment. So You can make yourself scarce. We have that potential leverage, but if we don't organize it, it's all going to be lost. So if we don't get living wage laws passed or minimum wage drastically increased and don't get a strong labor movement again, it's just going to be lost. Again, that's Jerry Carbo, professor of labor relations at Shippensburg University. Protecting the Right to Organize Act, the PRO Act, as an important step to pro-worker policy. I've heard mixed reviews of that. Members of Our Revolution, CWA, and Worker Power Coalition are in a nationwide holiday tour to drum up support for it. They're not exactly my favorite organizations at the moment, but they also do lobby for workers, and they care more about workers than Kirsten Sinema for sure. Carbo's organization, National Workplace Bullying Coalition, trying to push the Dignity at Work Act. Right. So, momentum for pro-worker bills isn't only being generated by record turnover rates, but by an increasing number of high-profile strikes and work stoppages. Gosh, where would we have heard anything about that?
Yeah.
So,
Striketober.
So again, the leverage is out there, but we need to organize. If we lose this moment, I'm not sure we're going to see another one again. But we're starting to, we're seeing it already to a point. It didn't, again, I thought that the Kellogg's thing was not necessarily a win. The 2-tier wage thing was still kept in place. The long hours and the long shifts were still kept in place.
Right.
There were a lot of things that were
barely
not
throwing you a bone and you cave. Like,
right. Basically, they agreed to hire the striking workers back. That was the concession that was made.
Right.
And to, I believe, not cut the benefits of the people from while they were striking, which is nice, but minimal. Okay, so I've got one more positive, and it's a follow-up and also a short story.
Okay.
All right. And a couple of weeks ago, we talked about the billionaire widow who inherited Taylor Energy from her husband that had spilled a ton of stuff into the Gulf. It's basically like the Colonial Pipeline of the water, right? Well, over the Christmas holiday, Taylor Energy has agreed to pay upwards of $43 million in penalties and transfer $432 million as a trust to the department to start cleaning up the 17-year spill. Finally, some resolution and some good fucking news. It only took an hour and 3 minutes. Okay, so I don't know if what's-her-name herself is going to be paying, but this is excellent news. Settlement represents an important down payment to address impacts from the longest-running spill in history, which I believe still is spilling at the moment. All right, this is to cap the remaining wells, shutter the facility, and decontaminate the area. That's all good things, but we've got to get the thing stopped. It's, again, been leaking for
stop the flow. Like,
God only knows how long. Taylor Energy says they do not admit any liability to the U.S. or state arising out of the incident. Who cares? Fix it. Offshore operators cannot allow oil to spill into our nation's waters, period. If a spill occurs, the responsible party must cooperate. Basic stuff. Holding offshore operators to account is vital to protecting our environment and ensuring a level industry playing field, which I'm sure this is still a drop in the bucket. That's the Justice Department's Environment National Resource Division. That's just an AG. So finally, some good news.
Deal with frequently about like oil spills and stuff. You know, is I'm trying to remember the name of them, but they're like
Energy Transfer Partners or Marathon.
No, it's like they've dealt with like catastrophic like chemical spills, right?
Right. Oh, they have like that thing that they drop in the water that stops the oil and stuff.
Yeah, I mean it's a government organization, and essentially their sole job is to like figure out when these things happen, whose fault was it, right? And they actually have a bunch of animated stuff on YouTube, I think, about like there's one about there was a giant natural gas explosion in like near, I want to say Houston, something like that. It's
Really?
near one of those oil field things over there. Yeah, so it was
Yes,
like
there was one near
essentially,
Houston.
and there was like a essentially the whole thing, it like breaks it down about like it's all company neglect and whatever, and it was essentially they weren't watching things because they didn't pay the guy to watch stuff,
Mm-hmm.
right? Like, and it was a part of a production plant that like um processes like raw petroleum product, right? And it just like shoved a bunch of natural gas that like it was essentially like runoff for this thing, and it started pushing up out of a spout like in the factory, and then somebody's like truck like that was left running ignited it,
Oh boy.
blew up a bunch of shit. But anyway, like they go through all the chemical spill stuff, like, you know, and dad has to report any oil in the water he sees, and like companies hate if he does, you know.
Sure.
They'll completely like give you crap for it because you wasted company time. So
Well, no, you better be sure.
Yep.
So that's what I had. So we're gonna hand this off to some boats.
I watch YouTube. I watch YouTube. Boats that smash into other boats.
I think I had to press this button.
Nice.
So I have some good news for people in PA, right? Supreme Court rules smell of marijuana alone not enough to justify a warrantless search.
All right, I'm moving to Pennsylvania.
Yeah. Yeah, this is good. So it goes through and talks about Harrisburg, right? Police used to justify a search without a warrant, but can't be the sole basis for it. The Pennsylvania Supreme Court ruled Wednesday. Court said a state police search of a vehicle in Allentown 3 years ago was conducted only because the trooper smelled marijuana. So they're admitting to that here.
Dude, harshen my buzz, cops. Come on.
Yep. really are. Troopers pulled over the vehicle after it failed to stop. Right? And they're like, you must be high. So
if you smell like Joe Biden, or if you smell Joe Biden. Well, if you sniff like Joe Biden, that's one thing. But if you smell like,
right.
Thank God there's no strain.
Like a cop, like just at the car, like trying to sniff it like Joe Biden would. But
mothball cologne.
So the defendant, Timothy Oliver Barr II, and the driver, his wife, produced both of them produced medical marijuana cards, and they still got like, yeah. But that's the thing, is that's the suit, right? Is that, you know.
Are they allowed to drive impaired if they're medically allowed to have it?
I don't think that was the case, but it's the case of like they were legal users. If you smell weed in the car, that doesn't give you the right to like search it. You know, essentially, right? It's you don't have a warrant. You know, it doesn't give you the probable cause to do that.
Right.
So
good.
Supreme Court majority said that there was sufficient grounds to support the trial judge's determination that the trooper searched the vehicle based solely on the smell. The majority reinstated the order suppressing the evidence. So, no, the marijuana recovered in the search was not in packaging provided by a licensed dispensary. So he's like, yeah, it was a dispensary weed. Officer who smells marijuana also observes its packaging or lack thereof, and there's no barcode or other identifying information that typically appears on the original packaging from a dispensary. That could be enough to establish probable cause.
Reef, could you come a little closer to the mic?
Yes, I can. I can do, if that helps people.
Yes. Eric said it was a little low.
Okay, but yeah, I thought that was at least some good news.
That is some good weed news from the Reefer Man.
So,
Happy New Year! Merry New Year!
Merry New Year! Dude, I love when you sent me the Merry New Year bit. I was just like, yep, that makes way too much. Like, it was so much better than mine. I was just like, why did I not remember that one? You know? But this happened
Happy New Year. Nice. Is
10
that
years
Steve-O?
ago today. This was 10 years ago to the day, pretty much.
That looks digitally enhanced.
It's not. He just went out there and like blocked over the E and put the thing here. Right? So Steve-O went up there and like changed the Hollywood sign. The Hollywood sign, I'm sorry. The Hollywood, one of those.
That's great.
But yeah, I just thought that was 10 years ago today, people. It's the things you need to remember. So, I found this one. I had to share my sound.
Is that like pickup sticks?
No. So these are like vape cartridges, right?
Okay.
What's up, locals? Beautiful night to hit 10 blinkers. Cheers.
Jeez.
So they blink when like they're
Yeah.
took a too big a hit.
Oh.
And then okay, they're all blinking. Yeah, he's dead. Like, I don't know the ingenuity stoners have for no reason.
Wow.
Imagine if they built a bridge. You know?
That yeah.
We found another one. The Gremlins at Reefer After Dark HQ has sent me another. You know?
I've seen this one.
So yeah, this is a different one. The last one was, I think, like it was not in Massachusetts. I'm pretty sure. So, but I just thought everyone should know there's at least 2 cops that are cool.
Yeah.
So,
well, do they know that they're cool?
Nonsense. Like,
my
have you ever
goodness.
Seen the challenge cone, right? Like, look at how massive that thing is. Like, this was their New Year's celebration. Like,
how much would it require to fill?
I think this much weed.
Well, look at that tray.
Yeah, it's like a big tray. Yeah. I don't know how much.
Can you say dang?
Damn. But this I relate to this so much.
Oh, that's so me. Oh yes.
Yep.
Yep.
Like all you just need frosted tips.
Hell like, yeah, motherfucker.
This kid.
Oh no, that's
way too cool.
That's definitely not what I look like. But
imagine your parents like you bring a girlfriend over and this is the pictures they show. You know, like yeah, look at little homie when he was cool. Like that. This is your cool factor. I think this is the peak probably if this guy's cool. I'm just gonna say that right now. But you can make your own hot box, by the way. You can make a wearable hot box. You just yep. Oh,
brilliant.
But yeah, again,
brilliant.
Again, stoners if they
the
just
ingenuity of stoners. That's right.
Yeah, you know. Tell me if you get the joke there.
They're quarter pounders.
What are they? Yeah.
With
what
cheese.
do they call Royale with cheese? Yep.
Mm.
Quarter pounders. Oh. After that, you do stuff like this. This is when your ingenuity fails you, right? This guy took hand sanitizer.
No.
Put it on the desk and
then
tried
lit
to
it
cook spam.
on fire. Oh, that's not going to end well. That's going to end up with a desk on fire, most likely.
Yeah, or something worse.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah, maybe a building on fire.
Me make happy chemical. Brain, no. Me shaking a bag of weed. Would you do it for a Scooby snack? Roque Reggie. Like, Roque. But I thought you would relate to this. Do I smell like weed? Nah, you're good. Do smell like weed? The These are some happy dudes right here.
That's great. That looked like the Kool-Aid dude.
So
The little one.
It was New Year's, right? And what everyone loves at New Year's is people doing dumb stuff with fireworks. It gives us content for the rest of the year. So we'll start with this one, who seems to be doing everything right. You know, he's got the stand and everything. He like cleared out that bottle of Bruce. You know, alcohol's involved.
There it goes. Whoa!
No! Target acquired.
He turned into a missile. Holy shit! Oh my god! What?
You want to see it again?
Yes, I do. Yeah, as a matter of fact, I do. Wow,
yes,
that's an impressive shot. Could you see the building back there?
Yeah, the arc on this is just like it's like homing. It goes right to it.
Wow!
Wow! Like the timing is perfect on it and everything. Like,
oh goodness!
It's like
gracious.
just at the right range for that. Yeah, dude, I found so much fireworks stuff.
I'm sorry.
Like, look at
this.
This is
sorry, I blew up your apartment.
Imagine the dogs in this neighborhood. Imagine the dogs in this neighborhood.
Nicole.
Just like, oh my god. Like, look, it's like, what is going on? It's like a war zone. Pew, pew, pew. That's what this one needs, like Star Wars sound effects.
Oh my god.
Right? Like,
that's awful.
Yeah, I mean, it's like, hopefully everyone's okay, but I think I would, if leave these cars, I'd be getting the hell out of here. But, yeah, just really bad fireworks usage. This one's also ridiculous.
Ooh. Oh boy! Wow! I think that was a little stronger than they thought it was going to be. What do you think?
It's just the fact that
Boom!
That you get the shockwave.
God! Is that an M80? What the hell did they put in there?
I don't know.
That's C4? That looks like C4. Oh my god. Wow.
Yep. Yep.
That's what Nicole's hood was like last night. Gross.
This is in the Netherlands. So in case you thought you were safe in Europe.
I love the Netherlands.
Happy New Year!
Oh my god, you survived. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year!
Oh my god. What?
Oh.
Yeah, imagine the puppies.
And I was like, for one, it said it was NSFW, and I was like, how? Why is that NSFW? Right? Which for those playing at home, that stands for not safe for work. Right? Which usually means there's something above 18 in this. I did not see that. I just saw, like, I was waiting for something like that, and it just got worse.
Murder
worse. Like, and worse.
It's Murder Works. Not fireworks, but Murder Works.
We need some bleach after that. We somehow, someone mentioned these tube snakes. Boo! Oh my god, it's the slink! I love the slink!
Are those ferrets?
These things are the weird. Yeah, ferrets are weird.
Ferret people are even weirder.
Yes. Whip. Woo! That was just he's trying so hard to get it. He's trying so hard. I'm gonna get it. I can't. It moves too quick. But yeah. Oh, what else I got? We saw a good husky one today, didn't we? The ragtime husky.
Oh my gosh.
That one was great. And someone was like doing like like it was pretty hilarious. But this is what I imagine like if you're like you want the dog to go to a fireworks show.
He's out.
Come
How
back
about-
down here. Come back down here.
How about no?
No, I don't want it. No, I don't want.
Come finish your
Oh
bath.
God, I'm gonna go to China.
Not in the mouth.
Oh,
It's better there. I'm gone. Bye. You'll never catch me. Never
Wow,
again.
he's
shall I
really
be-
talking. Oh, he did not like that, dude.
It was the weird, icky, wet stuff I don't like.
Oh my god. Oh, this poor guy.
Are you done?
Traumatized.
No.
No, I gotta chase my tail now. Oh, poor dude. Trauma.
Huskies are the worst. Oh, this one's great. This was Labradors. Oh, and what do I do now? I dig up.
I'm
How
gonna
do
hump it. You gonna hump it?
How do I get off?
What's it
I
gonna
know
do?
I'm stuck. I'm stuck. Get me off. Get me off. I can't get off. Why am I stuck? I can't. Not all my feet touch
Okay.
ground.
That's an owner that's not cool. That's an owner
Yeah, the
that's
owner's
not
just like,
cool.
I'm gonna film you.
And he's looking like, you gonna help me out here? What's going on?
Speaking of not cool uncles, or not cool owners. Why you? No. All right, I'll just better finish this job.
Oh my god! Holy crap! Oh my god! Oh. Hi Valerie, welcome. Oh my god.
Welcome, Valerie.
We're watching a dog and a knife and a what?
Here, and look, this has been about time. Here, let me just put you out of your misery.
Well,
just gotta-
are you
hold on,
sure?
let me
Are
get
you
this
sure?
one thing.
Well, let's
All right.
let's
cool.
make sure. Let's make sure. Ah, she got stabbed in the back.
Yeah, I think she still got stabbed. Yeah.
She got stabbed.
What else I got? So, you saw the ending. How did we get there? How did we get to that angle?
Okay.
By doing this. Bow!
Oh!
Get off me!
Hey.
And just, if someone could clip this for the new Nike shoe that I want to put out,
Oof.
right? Instead of the Air Jordan, I just want this.
No.
You know?
Youch. Boom.
Yeah,
Ow.
but you been kicked by a horse?
No, thankfully.
Okay. Yeah. It happens. But
Okay. Dad zone.
yep, Dad zone.
You want a spanking? Yeah. You want a spanking? Yeah.
Oh, goodness gracious. We know what that kid's in for.
Yeah. You want a spanking? Yeah.
No.
This one's funny. We got your kids did a gingerbread house, right?
Oh, we just had one fall apart this week.
You think I'm gonna be it?
Just don't get your kid.
All right, ready?
Hannah, help him.
Okay, hold on.
Oh, that's gonna leave a mark. No, you come down with the fist. No, you smash down with the fist.
Oh. Oh, it didn't
Get
break
your
at
kid.
all. And
Oh,
the
no, that
scream
thing's
it
cement.
does is just like,
Hannah, help him.
Oh. Oh, my knuckles hurt. Oh, that
Yeah,
hurt
they
my
do.
knuckles. No, you gotta do the fleshy part of the side of your hand and you karate chop it. Come on.
Chicago Ridge hand. No, I should have backed this up beforehand.
Oh
I
boy.
feel like this is how the new year was gonna go.
Oh.
You got your new desk. You just gotta set it down.
Oh!
And sad face. Man, this year's gonna suck too.
Motherfucker. And I got glass in my hand.
And yeah, you gotta pay for another one, and it's
Wow,
like
the
all the glass.
whole
Did all the glass
thing.
break,
Oh yeah, well.
or just the top piece?
Oh no, the whole. Oh no, the top
Just the top
piece.
piece. These two are fine.
They're okay.
Just use this. Just use this. Just sit on
The
the floor.
shelves,
Use
right.
it. Yep.
Oh.
That's what I would do.
Oh.
And be like, you guys did not tell me. So I just thought that was like the dad zone building stuff, you know?
What'd you do?
What's school today?
Good.
What'd you do?
I don't remember anything.
Not a single thing.
No.
Would you
but,
stare at a wall all day, you think?
But I do remember one thing. I had an accident.
You did.
I pooped in my pants.
Right.
When I went, I was like, ooh, maybe that's a giant fart. And I was like, nope, that's poop.
Nope.
Oh.
That's what he remembers.
6. My guess is he's about
Yeah.
6.
That's what your guess is, huh?
Mm-hmm.
This is when when they get older, and you have to deal with worse decisions, right?
Oh, no. That's the zone that I'm in right now. Is the 6 or so. 4, 5, 6. Uh-oh.
Take your hat off.
Oh, you want to see?
Yeah.
Oh. What the?
$60.
Yeah.
More. I'll give you $60. Now you gotta get that fixed when you go to work tomorrow. What you gonna do?
It's a step up from last time. He gave me $20.
You look like an idiot, and I can't believe you called me at midnight to tell me about that.
It was pretty cool though, wasn't it?
No, because I was pissed.
It looks good. Mississippi mud.
Mississippi mud flap.
Hey, you gotta get that shaved off before tomorrow.
Why?
Like that.
Wow. With a hat on.
Are you seriously gonna go to work like that
It
tomorrow?
was fine with the hat on.
No, it
He's
doesn't.
fine with the hat on.
No, it doesn't.
Like it does.
What?
The Mississippi mud flap.
That's like the 50-year-old bald man.
We now have Dad Zone meets fireworks.
Oh boy. Oh, why are you gonna injure your child like that?
What gender is it gonna be? Fire!
Oh, it's a fire! You're gonna
We're
have a
having
fire! Oh my goodness. That was the gender reveal. Ooh.
I hope not. I don't know what gender it is, but
What gender is it gonna be? It's gonna be multi-millions of damage. And houses burning
Oh.
down.
this is that kid later in life. Up top rope. Bow!
Oh,
God, I'm on
oh.
fire.
Stop,
Oh, but
drop,
I
and roll.
remembered.
Stop, drop,
I
and roll.
remembered. I'm good. I remembered. Like,
What?
he's fine. I remembered. They taught me that in school, Daddy.
Damn.
In case you just like, you got to take that selfie right now. You know, make sure that you actually take the selfie before you get back on the treadmill.
Doink.
You know? It's just the
She
whip.
bounce.
Oh.
That face does a nice bounce.
It does. Yes, it does. All right. Oh,
you smashed my windscreen! You broke me fucking
he
screen!
smashed the windscreen. And he's mad at him.
Oh.
Like, bro, you just brake checked him. Like, you want to see that again? That one kick. Whoop. Bing.
Oh,
you smashed my windscreen!
Dude.
Oh, he's lucky he's still conscious with a hit like that. Damn.
All right. This is just a door. For the kids playing at home, what happens next? Leave your replies in the comments. Right? What could possibly happen? You ready?
He got brake checked. That's what happened before. Yeah. Door's gonna fly open.
Oh yeah!
Oh yeah! Did somebody get thrown through the door?
I don't know. I don't think the mother who owns that door is gonna be happy, but
who was so through the door?
I mean, it's just like the door's off the hinges, like, oh,
damn!
like
Epstein's
what happens there?
What? Wow! Ouch! All right,
Yep.
I see snow.
Yep.
It's cold out.
Hey,
I see a
you're with the other-
flashlight. What? What the hell? What?
You're going to quiet. You're going to wake the others. Others? Ah! It takes the time to do that. All right, I want everyone to know that Indy said this was going to be okay. Indy said it would be okay. I asked specifically.
Oh boy. Oh! He stood there and let it happen. So who am I to stop him?
Like you were there. Like you took the video. Like, well, yeah, why would I stop him? He said he'd do it.
That's right.
You know?
Well, you asked me if we should watch it. Why wouldn't I want to watch that? It's not my nuts. Why wouldn't I? Oh, that's a lot of beers. That would require a lot of beers to agree to.
Yep. Yep. Oh, this is why men don't last long.
Yeah. Shanked it. Nice, Eric.
Shanked it. Yep. He's trying to look all cool. He's walking back inside.
Oh, slip
down. Oh. This is what I don't have to deal with in Florida. Is ice. I don't know how you people deal with
bad.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh! Sly. Ow. Yow. That's not necessarily the long jump.
No. No, he didn't make it. He didn't make it.
Crowded Crow can't stop laughing. Yeah, that's pretty funny. That's a good one.
So, have you ever seen one of these?
It looks like a machine of some kind.
Yeah, so for you know, people who don't know, this is a dyno, right? Dynamometer, one of those, right? Usually you'd see a car on it, right? And it would be attached to, like, you know, things that we could crank the car on, drive it, and see the stats, right? But this is just for an engine, right? So they're just reading the output and stuff from an engine. This would be like at the test facility.
Am I blocking like an output in the top right corner there or something? Or
no, I don't think so.
Good. Uh-oh. That's
It's
that's
the
revving pretty
suspense.
high. Watch the tube. Boom! There it goes. It blew the
You
engine.
should get it in slow-mo. It did blow the engine.
Ouch.
It's the everyone's oh fuck right here.
But at least they're not standing in the room. They're clearly standing at a safe distance.
Yeah, and like behind bulletproof glass and stuff,
Yeah.
you know. But yeah,
But- Damn.
that one's
Boom.
ridiculous. All right. We got just a few more, I think, left.
Oh, what could possibly go wrong?
Gotta learn to tie knots, people.
Oh, man.
They almost got it up.
Oh, no, no. Oh, no, no. Oh, no, 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 no. Oh, it's gonna go.
Do they get it?
Oh, it's gonna go. Oh, oh. Oh!
You think they're gonna get it? You're like,
No,
oh, come
no.
on.
No, no, no. Oh.
You ever seen a Widowmaker?
I've heard of the Widowmaker. Oh my god. Oh my god. Where?
Yeah.
That's not how
a
that was supposed
Widowmaker.
to go.
No. I forget what they call this specific action where it starts to like split open like that. Think of how big that tree is. Like,
You caused an earthquake inside the tree.
yeah, it's elasticity and all that stuff. Like,
Run.
those are the Widowmakers.
Now we see why they call them that. Okay, this is a vert
What could
ramp.
go wrong? What could go wrong?
It's Lewis.
What?
I should just run. I think you should just go on your bum.
You've got your new trousers on.
You got your new trousers on,
Why don't
man.
you drop down
Shall I catch
backwards?
Oh.
It's Lewis.
Go on your bum.
Ooh, yeah, vert ramps are pretty slick.
Drop down backwards.
Especially when it's like icy.
No! Yeah,
He feels that in the morning.
that's gonna leave a mark.
All right, what do we got? What do we got left?
I see a bowling alley. I see. Oh! And down comes the machine. I put a fresh rack on top of him. I love it. I love
Yeah,
it.
just keep pulling.
Wow, he fell. He
I
fell
love-
in that hole back there for the pins.
This face here, when it moves.
That. Oh my
Right.
God! I'm going for the ride.
Oh God!
Oh, Credit Crow said play it again. So good.
Oh.
That's really wow.
Did you catch? Did you catch it? He gets hit with the bowling ball in the head.
Oh yeah, in the head. Oh yeah.
Like,
Ow!
oh my God!
That means that somebody knew he was going down there and then decided to roll the ball
and then
afterwards.
roll a ball behind him. Yeah.
Nice. Good
Ugh.
friends. Okay.
Well, here's my closer.
What could possibly go wrong? Ooh. Heavy machinery and equipment.
Yep. Oh, that sounds not good.
Uh-oh, uh-oh! It pulled the whole thing over! Oh my god! Oh my god! Is the guy okay, I hope?
We now have a transformer.
Oh my god!
Like,
Is that a water tower?
yeah.
I think you're supposed to empty those before you lift them.
You would think, right? Yeah, they might have. It might have just been the weight of the water tower.
Wow. Yeah, I don't think that alarm's going off anytime soon. Woo, 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 woo. Holy shnikes.
First batch of boats for the new year.
I watch YouTube. Boats that...
Okay.
Boats that smash into other boats.
Luma wipe.
You never remember to turn that, like, transition back.
I never go back, but now for some reason...
Yeah, you had to see
There
that
we
it's
go.
green, and then, yeah.
Yep. I didn't look at the deck to see that it's green. So...
Yeah.
Oh, that was a lot of fun, cringe, and some horrible and some fun stories. So that was our first How Do We Miss That for 2022. There's going to be a lot of good stuff this year. We're going to be starting a new show sometime in the next couple of weeks. Going to line up some guests, but it's going to be an interview show talking to some of the friends of Indie Left out there. I want to learn about why they started their shows, and it's going to be a shorter, quick type of format. Couple of questions, and we'll see where it goes. And I just want to have some conversations and learn a little bit more about some of the people I talk to and I cover on a daily basis. So look out for that. And for now, we are back to one issue per day for Independent Left News and Leftist.today. We started that as of Christmas Day, and it's actually been working out pretty nicely. I don't think that the quality of the issues has suffered necessarily, and I'm going to continue that for now. And if we find we need to go back to twice a day, we'll go back to twice a day. But for now, we're publishing nightly at around 10, 11 o'clock Eastern. We did ours tonight just before 11. So, I don't have a lot else that I wanted to go through. Want to thank everyone for being here. Nicole and Noli and Eric sticking around the whole time. Cried Crow, good to see you. Thanks for showing up and cringing, laughing with us. And Valerie was here, and again Warren for coming in earlier. Everybody else that was here. That was a lot of fun. Maybe what we need to do is start having people vote on what their favorite one was. From boats, and we'll try to vote on something or put something out. I don't know. Reef has a Substack that he publishes with all of the links to all of the Reefer After Dark stuff.
I'll put that up in the description when this video goes live.
Yep.
Goes recorded live. Goes. You'll see it. It's go down there. It's right down there.
Yeah, reeferafterdark.substack.com is where you'll be able to find it, and we'll have it in the chat and everywhere else. But until next Saturday night, we'll be here at midnight for another episode and another set of stories, because there are just too many damn stories happening that we're missing every single week, and there's just not enough people to cover them. But that's changing, and shout out again to IndieNews.network and all the people in that network that are covering these stories and that are getting this, because it's becoming harder and harder to do a show every week and to find articles that nobody else covered. So thank you to everybody here for tonight, and thank you to all of my partners, and peace, love, and smoke a bowl.
Peace, love, everyone. Keep listening to what Birdie's had to tell you.